Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? School, friends, life. It all just kind of happens. But what if you had a secret tool? A key that could unlock deeper friendships, better grades, and a clearer understanding of who you are? Well, you do. That key is a question. Not just any question, but the asterisk, right? Asterisk question. The kind that opens doors you didn't even know were there. It's not about having all the answers. It's about learning to ask the questions that matter. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore 10 tips that will transform you from a passive observer into an active explorer of your own life. Ready to find your key? Let's unlock your potential. One question at a time. First up, let's get this straight. Being smart isn't about knowing everything. It's about being endlessly curious. Think about it. When you're in class, are you raising your hand to show off what you know, or because you genuinely want to understand something better? The most insightful people are driven by a hunger to learn, not a need to look clever. They ask questions like, "Can you explain that in a different way?" Or "What's the story behind this idea?" Curiosity is your superpower. It shifts the focus from proving yourself to improving yourself. So next time you feel a spark of curiosity, don't ignore it. Fan that flame. Ask the question. That's where real learning begins. Okay, tip number 2. Know what your asterisk really asking. It's easy to throw out a vague question like, "How do I do better in school?" But what does better even mean? That question is like a blurry photo. It's hard to see what you're aiming for. Instead, get specific. Sharpen your focus. Ask, what are the top 3 things I can do this week to improve my biology grade? Or what study method works best for memorizing historical dates? A clear, focused question gives you a clear, actionable target. It turns a giant, overwhelming problem into a small, manageable first step. Before you ask for help, take a second to ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to know right now? That clarity will get you a much better answer. This next one is a game changer for your relationships. Tip 3. Ask to learn, not to win. We've all been there in a debate with a friend, and all you want to do is prove your point. Your brain is just waiting for them to stop talking so you can jump in with your comeback. But what if you switched your goal? Instead of trying to score points, try to understand their perspective. Questions like, "Help me understand why you feel that way," or "What experiences led you to that conclusion?" can completely change the dynamic. It shows you respect them even if you disagree. This turns a potential conflict into a chance for connection. You might not change their mind, but you'll definitely deepen your understanding and strengthen your friendship. Feeling overwhelmed by a huge goal, like a massive school project or figuring out your future. Don't try to swallow the whole elephant at once. Tip 4 is to break big questions into small, bite-sized ones. The question, "How do I plan my entire future?" is terrifyingly huge. But you can break it down. Start with, what subjects do I enjoy most right now? Then, what kind of activities make me lose track of time? And what careers use those skills and interests? See, each small question is a stepping stone. It transforms a giant, scary mountain into a manageable hiking trail. So whenever you're facing something big, grab a piece of paper and start breaking it down into the smallest possible questions. You'll build momentum and find your way forward. Have you ever had a conversation that just fizzled out? It might be because you stopped one question too soon. Tip 5. Ask follow-ups. A good conversation isn't a Q&A session. It's more like a game of catch. The first question is the toss, but the follow-ups are what keep the ball in the air. When someone gives you an answer, don't just nod and move on. Dig a little deeper. The two most powerful follow-up questions are why and can you give me an example? If your friend says they had a tough day, ask why was it tough? If a coach gives you feedback, ask can you give me an example of what that looks like in a game? These simple follow-ups show you're truly listening and turn a surface-level chat into a meaningful exchange. Tip 6 is all about what you do. Asterisk after asterisk. You ask the question, listen like a detective. An insightful question is useless if you're not paying attention to the answer. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Listen with your full attention. What words are they using? What's their body language telling you? What are the asterisks, not asterisks saying? A detective looks for clues, connecting the dots to see the bigger picture. When you listen this way, you'll start to notice patterns, underlying emotions, and hidden meanings. You're not just hearing their words, you're understanding their world. True listening is an act of respect, and it's where you'll find the most valuable insights. Practice active listening, and you'll be amazed at what you uncover. Before you go asking the world for answers, there's one person you should always check in with first. Tip 7. Ask yourself. We often look for external solutions to internal problems. We ask, what should I do? When we haven't even figured out what we're feeling. Carve out some quiet time to be your own guide. Grab a journal or just find a quiet spot to think. Ask yourself questions like, what am I truly feeling right now and why? What do I need in this moment? What are my values? And am I living by them? This kind of self-inquiry is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Knowing yourself is the first step to navigating the world with confidence and purpose. You have a lot of wisdom inside you. You just have to ask for it. Here's a tip for being a better friend, leader, or family member. Tip 8. Ask to connect, not to control. When someone we care about is struggling, our first instinct is often to jump in and fix it. We say things like, you should do this, or why don't you just... But that can feel controlling and dismissive. Instead, ask questions that empower them. Try something like, that sounds really hard. What would feel most helpful to you right now? Or is there anything I can do to support you? These questions put them in the driver's seat. It shows you trust them to know what they need and that you're there to help, not to take over. This builds trust and strengthens your connection far more than any advice ever could. Ready to unlock your creativity and become an innovator? Tip 9 is your secret weapon. Ask what if and why not. These are the questions that challenge the status quo and open up a world of possibilities. See something that could be better at your school or in your community? Ask, what if we started a club for that? Or why not organize an event to fix this? These questions push past limitations and spark new ideas. What if invites imagination? Why not? Challenges, assumptions. Leaders, artists, and entrepreneurs live by these questions. They don't just accept things as they are. They envision what they could be. Start asking what if and why not, and you'll be amazed at the ideas you generate and the change you can create. Finally, tip number 10, and maybe the most important of all, keep asking. Insight isn't a destination. It's a lifelong journey. You're going to face challenges. You'll make mistakes. You'll fail. That's guaranteed. But failure isn't the end of the story. It's an opportunity. The most resilient people don't get stuck in failure. They get curious about it. They ask, what can I learn from this experience? How can I do this differently next time? And what did this mistake teach me about myself? Every setback is a lesson in disguise, and a question is how you unwrap it. Curiosity is your engine for growth. So, no matter what happens, stay curious, keep asking, keep learning, keep growing. So, there you have it. 10 tips to help you ask questions that unlock a smarter, more connected, and more meaningful life. Your questions are powerful. They are the keys that open doors to deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and a future that you get to design. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. Start using these tips today in class, with your friends, and with yourself. Don't just seek answers. Become a seeker of great questions. Your journey of discovery starts now. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also ready to start asking better questions.